I need you to pronounce another name for me that for the life of me, I couldn't do it. And that is the name of your mother.
Kamala. So the Y is silent, Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah.
What was her name? Kamala
Gopalan.
Gopalan. Tell us about your mom. Or as you call her, Mommy.
Mommy. We always called her Mommy. I'm not embarrassed to say she is Mommy. And she is, in many ways, the reason I wrote the book. My sister Maya is here. My mother's, one of her best friends from college is here, Lenore Pomerantz, who I write about in the book. And my mother was a force of nature, a real force of nature. She is someone who, all 5 feet of her, if you met her after you walked away, you would have thought she was 7 feet tall. My mother was a truth teller. She spoke the truth. She was probably the smartest, toughest, and most loving person I have ever known. She raised her daughters with a belief that we could do and be anything. She taught us, that, don't let people tell you who you are. You tell them who you are. She was a scientist, a breast cancer researcher. She had 2 goals in her life, to end breast cancer and to raise her 2 daughters. And she would take us to the lab with her. I'd go after school and on the weekends. And, being around scientists, one of the things that I realize now, early in my life, I learned was that one should see what can be, unburdened by what has been. Because that is what science is about. It's the pursuit of those things that will improve the condition of life, that will solve problems, that will make things better. And that's why I'm naturally attracted to also anything that is about innovation, understanding that innovation, we do it not because we're bored with things the way they've been, but because we should always be in pursuit of being more efficient, more effective, more relevant. And that's who she is and was. My parents met when they were active in the civil rights movement. And it's an interesting story, Jonathan, because as you note, my mother graduated college when she was 19. And
what did I tell you?
She did, and so, and so she, so she said to my grandfather, who was one of the freedom fighters in India, for India's independence. And my mother was the eldest of 4 children. She was the oldest, and a girl, obviously. And she said to my grandparents she wanted to study science, and she wanted to go to what was considered to be one of the best schools, and that was UC Berkeley. And my grandparents looked at her and said, okay, we will put you on a plane to a place you've never been at 19 years old. This was in, I think, 1959.
Wow.
So this young woman, got on a plane, encouraged by her parents, to go and pursue her dream. Now, the backstory is also that it was fully expected she would get that degree and go back and have a good arranged marriage. But of course, my mother, having been raised and being who she was just naturally, when she got to Berkeley, was immediately attracted to the civil rights movement.
Why do you think?
And that's where she met my father.
Okay.